The Houston Texans snapped the Broncos' 5-game win streak with a win on Sunday. Guys, welcome to Off the Gridiron, your Apollo HOU Houston Texans podcast. My name is Noah Outlaw. I am one of your hosts, as always. And as always, I'm here with Garrett Harrelson. What's up, Doc?
That's Doctor. Do you
Sorry, Dr.
kid?
Garrett Harrelson.
Yeah. I didn't go to school for all those years, 2.5, to be fucking called just by my name, dude.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm dressed up like this because CJ Stroud is just surgical.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll kind of get into it. We'll review the game,
Yeah.
the good and the bad and the ugly. And just a quick note: I saw him say this yesterday or earlier or whatever. Case Keenum called CJ Stroud the best pure passer he's ever been around. And Case Keenum's been in the league for over 10 years.
Oh, my God.
So I was like, I'm inspired. I wanted to dress up like a surgeon because CJ Stroud is a surgeon. He inspires me.
Yes.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud has a PhD in football. And
Yeah.
he shows it every week. And
Yeah. He wouldn't, he doesn't have a PhD, normal PhD.
no,
I'll tell you that
and
much.
everything else he does not have a PhD. But
Yeah.
when it comes to football, he's a football player, like he said.
Yeah.
You take your S2 test and shove it where the sun don't shine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
But
It's
got
bad.
big game, big football weekend. Honestly, a lot of good college football. The Texas Longhorns are in the college football playoff, which is a huge
Yeah,
deal for
man.
me. Hook 'em.
Yeah.
And a good game there this weekend against Oklahoma State. Big 12 champs. Number 3 play Washington on New Year's Day. It sucks we have to wait a month. I think that's kind of ridiculous that college football does
It,
that.
preparation is everything, man.
It
You got
is,
to
it
prepare
is, but
for
also
Heisman
sometimes
finalists.
I'm scared it kind of hurts teams sometimes, and I'm like,
It
because
can.
you're hot,
You
but
can, but hey, man, a smart program like UT Longhorns,
mhm.
it'll benefit them.
Yeah,
These young dumb teams, like yeah, it'll hurt
like
them, but
Washington.
Longhorns, yeah, like well,
Fuck
we'll see.
Washington, dude. Fuck Washington. Fuck the whole state.
Great
Fuck
school.
Michael
It's a
Penix. Fuck
great
all of them,
school.
dude.
It's a
Fuck
great
them.
school.
Anyway, so the Texans beat the Broncos 22-17. Big game, nail biter of a game. I'm really, really excited for one of these Texans games where I'm not having a fucking heart attack the whole game.
Yeah, it's gonna be really nice to watch a Texans game and go, "Oh, sweet, we're probably gonna win this game from the
Yeah,
get go."
yeah,
Which this game started off like that. He
yeah.
took a 10-0 lead, 13-0
13,
lead.
13. We were
Yeah,
up 13-0 at one point, I think.
yeah, we were up. We were, and then in the fourth quarter we went up 22-10.
Yep.
2 scores, and I was kind of like, "Yo, I think we got it, man. I think we're fucking fine." Then the
Yeah.
Broncos score a bullshit touchdown. It's like, okay, don't like that, CJ. Let's go and answer. Offense does not answer. They
Yeah.
quickly give the ball back, and then at the end of the game, when the Broncos were doing that last drive, they crossed a midfield, and it was like
Yeah.
a minute left. I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh fuck, this is it, isn't
Yeah.
it? Oh
Yeah.
no,
Well,
oh
dude, that's what
fuck."
they've been doing this whole win streak that the Broncos had been on. Like in those moments at the end of the game where they needed a touchdown, Russ had been nails. And so I
Yeah,
was terrified of what was going on. And I really I hate to say it, I didn't have a lot of hope. I mean, I had hope. I knew our defense was capable, but I just from what had happened before in that drive, everything I saw from that drive was terrifying me. And so I mean, I haven't been that stressed about the end of a Texans game really in a while. Like even these ones, because there's been some close ones this year, but that one in particular, when they got that first down and they were on like the 5 yard line and they had just a whole set of downs, I was stressing.
yeah. When it was fourth down, and it was like 4th and 2, and Russ did this bullshit thing. I've seen it before. I fucking
Mhm.
10 years ago, he came and did it against us here with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
With one of those bullshit games I've ever seen in my life. Uh, it was, and then he did it again. It was fourth and 2.
Yep.
We blew up the play. He kind of shigs out of it and then just runs for 3 or 4 yards and gets the
Yeah.
first down. And at that point, I'm like, oh fuck, dude, Russell Wilson's gonna fucking become Mr. Unlimited and maybe score, and CJ's gonna have to fucking like with 20 seconds left go and drive down the field and try to win the game.
Yep.
But That didn't happen. Our defense was rock fucking solid. And we'll
dude.
start off the good by saying this is the best defensive game all year long.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
was the
Everyone
best
came to
defensive
play.
game.
Yeah,
I mean,
everyone came to play.
I
Also,
get,
I want to
I get,
give. There's a lot of guys that need shout outs, but Desmond
yeah.
King, fucking big shout out to Desmond King. Wasn't on the team, got cut, was on our practice squad, whatever the fuck. Then came back up. We waived Shaq Griffin. Desmond King gets the spot, and he led the team in tackles. He had 10 tackles, 5 solos, a TFL. Like really, just like showed out and led the team in tackles this game, which is huge. And then also, we've been waiting for it, but we finally, the Will Anderson game has arrived.
Jesus Christ. I mean, Will Anderson, every single play. I was kind of just watching him every single play.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, he is just every time he gets off the line, he's a fucking freak. We all knew
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But it's hard to take your eyes off of him. And usually it's like he's either getting held or triple teamed or double teamed. And it's like, wow, it's annoying. You're taking away my popcorn. You're fucking, this like it should be way more entertaining.
yeah.
But he was a game wrecker.
He
He was
was.
an absolute game wrecker on Sunday, recording this Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like he had his best game of the year by far.
Yeah.
Recorded 2 sacks, bunch of QB pressures, few QB hits. I think
Four QB hits.
he tipped a punt. He tipped a punt,
He
right?
tipped a punt. He tipped a pass that led to one of Stingley's interceptions.
Right.
He had 2 TFLs, 2 sacks, and 5 total tackles, and 3 solo. And also, it really should have been. It should have been 3 sacks because there was that one that he. I mean, I don't know. They tried to block him, but it took him about a second to get on Russ's fucking ankles and was there. Russell got out of it, and then Jonathan Grenard ended up getting the sack, like the full sack. But he really, Russell just got out of it because Russell's Russell, and he's going to be shifty. But I mean, just an insane day. We've been wondering. We've seen the pressure that he gets coming off the edge. We've seen that every week, and everyone has kind of known that Will Anderson's good, but there are some casuals who are like, well, he didn't have any sacks. But like every week we've been watching him and what he does to the poor tackle that has the unfortunate circumstances of trying to block him. And this week it just showed what he can do. And I think he's figuring it out. We're 13 weeks in to his rookie year. I think he's getting the hang of it. And I think we're going to see this more consistently, like a lot more.
I mean, you're right. He's getting better every week. He's improving, just like how everyone else is. It's ridiculous to watch.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's only 22 and he has like some of the, obviously the sacks aren't there. That we're not nerds.
Yeah.
We're not little casual kids
Mhm.
watching football. The advanced metrics tell you that he is one of the best rookie pass rushers since like 2006.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he is a game wrecker, and he was very much. We got a lot of criticism for trading up to 3
Yep.
to get him,
Yep.
but I mean, he's our defensive cornerstone now.
Yeah.
Going in like 2 or 3 years from now, he's going to be like a 15 consistent perennial 15 plus sack guy, first team All Pro, second team All Pro, Pro Bowler every single year. He might be a Pro Bowler this year. Who knows? He might
Yeah.
be an alternate. Like
Yeah.
I just cannot say enough about Will Anderson Jr. and how he is improving every week. And I mean, it's kind of like what we saw with JJ in 2011.
Mhm.
Got this guy, got some criticism for drafting him where we drafted him.
Mhm.
He put up, I mean, okay box score numbers in his year, but also he was just beyond that. He was
Yeah.
pressuring, he was just a game wrecker. And then he comes out the next year and has 20 and a half sacks, right?
Yeah.
So, like, Will Anderson's just getting started. He's only
Yeah.
22. He is just
Mhm.
getting started, which is scary.
Well, and I just want to give a shout out to Nick Casario because first off, me and you have known.
Dr. Nick.
Yeah, no,
Dr. Nick.
we've he's gotten a lot of shit from even Texans fans and also the NFL wide. Though. I mean, for that Will Anderson trading up to 3 to get Will Anderson, um, was a thing, and people gave us a lot of flack because they assumed we were going to have that pick was going to end up being a top 3 pick, the first overall pick or the second. Fuck no. Fuck no,
No.
dude.
Fuck
Everyone
no.
gave us shit for keeping the Browns pick, and they're the same. they're going to end up being around the same spot, and the Texans actually are probably going to have a higher pick than
It's possible.
or yeah. And so I'm just like, it just worked. I think Nick knew what he was doing. I think he knew what we had with the type of team that we were going to be able to put together this year. So I mean, Nick Casario, and also Will Anderson having the day, the third overall pick from 2023 or 23, and then the 2022 third overall pick Derek Stingley. Who, let's talk about Sting for a sec, dude.
I
What?
mean,
I,
wow. I mean, his PFF grade for the game was a 94 something, which
yeah,
is wild. So I'm
yeah,
like, so you're telling me he almost played a perfect game?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he almost played perfectly. Okay, I will buy that because a lot of PFF shit, I'm like, whatever, dude, fuck
yeah,
you. But when they start glazing us, I'm like, yeah,
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 dude.
you're right, dude. Stingley
Derek
having
Stingley, yeah, and I mean he's had 4 interceptions in 3 weeks. He had two against the Broncos. And look, a lot of people were quick, and I mean honestly, I can't even blame people who were doing this, who were kind of out on Stingley a little bit, especially when he got injured earlier this year, and also seeing the success that Sauce Gardner's having in New York,
yeah.
or here, and so I get like the
Get it, bro. You live in New York.
well, it's fine. I was just like said in New
Sorry.
York, and
Yeah, no,
it clicked.
yeah.
But but the thing is, um, I get the criticism. I do, especially like right off the bat, and especially when Stingley's been hurt. But now you're looking at it. I mean, Sauce is good. Sauce is a great player. We're not taking anything away from Sauce, but Derek Stingley is looking to be that, like he's that fucking dude. I mean,
Yeah,
especially right now, he just seems like the game's slowing down for him a little more. That pick that
yeah.
he had, I think it was his second one where he just glided across the field and just, I mean, was it Cortland? Was that pass intended for Cortland Sutton or was it
I believe
Mims?
it was Cortland Sutton.
Yeah,
Uh, excuse me, I'm not sure
yeah.
because all I could see on that play was
He looked
Stingley
like he
turning
was
into Superman.
floating like a butterfly, and he stung like a bee.
Yeah, wow, bar. You know, but he like I mean we all knew that he's an athletic freak.
hmm
He uses his size and speed to like shadow people. And he did just that. Like that was all just freak athleticism,
Yeah,
and instincts. We kind of saw last year when he did play, uh, the defense not really using him well at
yeah.
all because he
Well,
didn't know
yeah.
how to use anyone. I mean, bro,
Last year's defense couldn't. They had no idea what they
it,
did. Lovie Smith had
no,
no idea what he was
also
doing.
it's pretty funny because we'll talk about Nico Collins as well. But you see, like what those guys were, how they were used last year.
Yeah,
Just like that's the difference of a good and bad
yeah,
coaching staff. It's
hmm
wild, but seems like D'Amico knows how to use all of his defensive pieces to the best of the ability. And
yeah,
then he just like since Stingley's now healthy, he's like, I have another toy for the toy box. And
yeah,
oh, it just so happens that he is a top 3 pick and he's very fucking good.
yeah,
As long as he stays healthy, which, Clowney his first 2 seasons wasn't very healthy. Then came in year 3 and was just like he was a top 10 defensive player in the league, you
yeah,
know. So
yeah,
like having Stingley back and having a coaching staff that knows how to use him, it's fucking balling, dude. It just makes our defense that much dangerous.
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, let's also let's talk about excuse me, talk about the defense. Aside from Derek, aside from Will Anderson, who those guys have been locked. There were some moments where I didn't love what I saw. I mean, I really wish this game, wouldn't have like that Jalen Petrie, and I don't know who else was in coverage on that, but Cortland Sutton bomb. Those are going to happen, but that's the kind of stuff that I'd like to avoid going forward. I don't want to give
Yeah.
up 60-yard fucking bomb touchdowns to guys like that. But overall, if the offense is going to play like they've been playing, and even today, I mean, the offense had a fine day. I mean, the thing about the CJ was getting his ass beat, and that's what I don't like to see at all.
Yeah. The offensive line, and I think that's really just I think we talked about it last episode. It's still, this offensive line hasn't been set all
Yeah,
year long. It's still guys coming in and out, getting injured, new pieces. Like, I mean, this is like we've had different configurations of offensive line almost every single
yeah,
week. There's been every single week almost there's been a new like different offensive line that we've had.
Yeah.
And I think this was kind of like, Juice Scruggs was starting, and this was his first career start ever.
Yeah. Of
So yeah, I think there was like a lot of there was a lot of miscommunication and all
course.
that. Getting sacked 5 times, don't do
Tough.
that.
Tough.
Because
Yeah.
at one point they had to take CJ out of the game for a play,
Dude,
and
I was
that
scared,
was it was
man.
like wait it because they kept being like, no, no, fucking your head, go get your head checked out, like
Mhm.
concussion protocol,
Yeah.
obviously player
Yeah.
safety, I respect it, but at the
Mhm.
same time, CJ was like, I'm fucking fine, dude, I'm fine, and
Yeah.
I thought maybe this would turn into like a, is he fine actually? Because everybody says that,
Dude.
and then he just gets ruled out for the rest of the game, and then Davis Mills has to start, and we lose, and it's
Yeah.
like, I don't want that ever.
Well, the
So,
thing is
like,
he
protect.
he did get his bell rung there. Like there was like he was I don't know what was going on with
He was a
him.
little woozy. It looked like he
No,
was
like
woozy to me.
very like he when he got up, like he couldn't stand up straight. And so I
Yeah.
was terrified when I saw that. And whenever obviously because every single quarterback in the world is going to be like, no, I'm fine. But then I honestly thought there was a chance that he was concussed pretty bad. And I
Yeah.
was stressed about it just because of the way he got up. Like I don't blame the ref for seeing that and being like, no, you got to go get checked because he could not stand up straight. And I don't know. I think he just got his bell rung. Obviously, he was fine. He went into the blue tent. Did you see the video of him leaving? Did you see the video
The blue
of him
tent? I
running back
didn't.
onto the
I didn't.
field?
No.
Dude, I've never seen like, so the blue tent was behind the bench. He has his helmet. He like burst through the blue tent and would just within in like 2 seconds just hurdled the bench, just jumped over the actual bench and then just ran on the
Fuck
field.
yes.
Dude, like he
Fuck
couldn't wait.
yes.
And I was like, oh my God, he wasted no time. And obviously it was scary for a minute, but he was fine. Since we are talking about maybe some bad, let's get into Tank Dell. Let's talk about Tank for a second.
Yeah, I guess we could just say that's part of the ugly.
Yeah.
God damn it. Like,
Yeah.
just such a fucking blow. And that is, by the way, that's not why I'm wearing the fucking doctor outfit. Like, I now think maybe the doctor outfit was a bad idea.
Yeah, no.
But
No,
no.
yeah, we get it.
But
CJ surgical, that's why.
yeah, no, but God, what a fucking another blow to this team. I mean,
Yeah.
Titus last week, Tank this week. I mean, it's just this team can't catch a break with, staying healthy. And now that Tank is out, because Tank has captured the hearts of NFL fans everywhere.
Yeah.
Like people fucking
I love
love
Tank Dell.
Tank.
Hmm.
And when he got injured, all of them were collectively really upset and also kind of pissed about the play call. Like, I mean, we can talk about the play call and how he was a lead blocker on a run play.
Yeah.
Here's
He's
the deal, like,
160
yeah,
pounds.
obviously, I get that, obviously, but the thing is, we've been calling shit like that all year long with him. So
Yeah.
if you criticize it now, you have to criticize how he's been used all year long.
I
And
mean, yeah,
when he takes handoffs, it's like, hell yeah, cool. If he takes a hospital pass over the middle, and he gets up and he does like slime and does a first down shit, we're like, yes, cool. But as soon as it happens, like and the thing is, it was a freak thing. A bunch of players fell on his leg,
well, Garrett, there's a
and
difference because I know what you're saying, but there's a difference between being the ball carrier. There's a difference between those plays that you just mentioned where we hand it off to him in the backfield with blockers or plays where he's in the middle of the field playing wide receiver. Like that's what he does. Like I get that. And he could get the shit hit out of him when he's catching a pass in the middle of the field. No doubt. But what he doesn't need to do, and I get that we've been calling him all year too and doing that same thing. Um, but the deal is when that happens, I don't need Tank. I don't need my 165-pound wide receiver. And I talked about him. I don't want him returning punts a couple weeks ago. So this has been his health has been something I have been worried about because of his size. I don't. He's not limited as a receiver and as a player because of that. But the thing is, it's something you have to keep in mind. So those plays, sure, like don't let him hand it off to Tank, whatever. If he got hurt doing that, I wouldn't criticize it. But him being a lead blocker on a play where Damian fucking Pierce is right behind him, no, that's what I don't like that, and that
yeah,
I
I mean,
hope this is kind of something that going forward they just don't do. Obviously,
yeah,
Tank's out for the season, so that's going to be next season's problem. But um, I get the criticism, and it's valid in my opinion. I just don't think that's smart.
yeah. I mean, and like I said, I'm not defending the play call. In fact, I wish wish that wasn't like that. I wish
Yeah.
it was like Nico Collins as a lead blocker because that's you know what, that seems more appropriate, or like Brevin Jordan.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, he's been a gadget guy all year long, punt
Yeah.
returner, running back, receiver. You know, like he's been doing shit like that, and he has been blocking. Like he is blocked on different plays. So
Yeah.
I just criticize all of it, and I go, all right, well, we can't use him like that anymore. You
Yeah.
know, it's fun to see him like take a handoff and run like 10 yards. That's cool, sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, now that he's injured, not cool, not
Hmm.
fun, not funny.
Yeah.
Didn't laugh. Don't want to see that anymore.
Yeah.
So it fucking sucks. Hopefully, I mean, I'm just glad it wasn't like a soft tissue or a tendon or anything like that. It was a
Yeah.
bone injury, so it's
Hmm.
like, all right. You know, if
Yeah.
it
Like,
was
it'll
like an
heal. He'll be
ACL or
fine. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if it was like an ACL or Achilles, I would be in shambles. But
Hmm.
I mean, I'm already in shambles. But the fact that
Yeah.
he'll just be ready to go by like OTAs next year is like, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
And it's actually an off chance. There's an off chance that if we do make a playoff push, he
Yeah.
might be back for the playoffs. That's what
Absolutely. Yeah.
was reported on. So,
Yeah.
Tank, hope you have a speedy recovery and fucking sucks. That
It
sucks.
does. Yeah. Well, that's what CJ in the press conference after the game when asked about it was crying,
Yeah.
talking about it obviously, and they're because they're obviously so close. Their story is really cool.
Mhm.
CJ getting drafted. CJ told Nick Casario to go get Tank Dell because Tank Dell caught his passes at the combine. Stuff like that is so cool. And so of course CJ's emotional, but he also mentioned he's like, and who knows if we're in the Super Bowl, maybe he can come back. And that can you imagine that fucking story? That the
Man,
Texans
I don't
made
even,
it to
all right,
this.
bro. I just don't even want to think about the possibility of us being in the Super Bowl because I'm already now thinking about the possibility of us getting the playoffs.
Yeah,
I fucking,
the
we also,
playoffs. That's the next step.
let's focus on getting the playoffs first, dude. I don't want to think about the fucking Super Bowl. That's wild, dude. I don't
So
want to
the
sit here.
Texans. Let's talk about the playoff standings real quick. The Texans are now just
Before you get into,
yeah.
before you, I don't want to. I was gonna say something. Now that, I mean, now that Tank is injured and out for the
Mm,
season or the regular season,
yeah,
there's gonna be like opportunities for other guys to become like another
yeah,
like a prominent option for CJ.
yep,
And after Tank went out, Nico had his best game of
yeah,
his career,
hmm,
catching 9 passes for 191 yards and a touchdown.
yeah.
Holy shit! Holy
That's
shit!
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Nico's so fucking good. Nico's
Yeah,
like on pace for 1,400 yards and like
yeah.
9 touchdowns.
I know he's only he's
That's what
9 yards
Andre
away
Johnson.
from 1,000 yards on the season.
Yeah, that it's fucking ridiculous. And also, there's other guys that can, step up. Like Noah Brown can step up. He was back. He didn't record a reception, but he was back.
Yeah,
Brevin Jordan, your guy, was kind of like cooking out there a little.
I know
You know,
he was
like
second in yards on the team, other
hopefully
receiving yards behind Nico.
hopefully we get him more involved. And also,
Yeah,
maybe I'm hoping maybe Dalton Schultz can come back as soon as possible because
yeah,
that would just be, we need all the help we can
yeah.
for
Well, also
offense and
this
receiving
does
options.
open, as you mentioned. I mean, this team does have a next man up mentality,
Yeah.
and it's been a slow start for him, but he's been out there. But I think this is opens a good opportunity for John Mechie to get his role on this team. And look, you look at his numbers. I mean, you look at his numbers from the game this Sunday. Uh, he had one reception for 9 yards. I will say I texted you during the game because we're all kind of waiting for John Mechie to. We've all had really high hopes for Mechie, and obviously the cards have been stacked against him quite a bit with obviously his
Yeah.
cancer diagnosis and going through that, and then coming back and getting healthy, and he wasn't in football shape. It took him a bit. But I texted you about it. I was like, CJ did Mechie dirty on that overthrow because
Yeah,
that was a touchdown. That like
that
he
missed
would have
touchdown was
housed that.
crazy. Yeah, that missed touchdown would have been awesome, or that touchdown would have been amazing.
That
It
was
would have
going to be
been
like a
like,
70-yard touchdown or something
yeah,
crazy.
it would
Like,
have been great for John Mechie's story and everything,
mhm.
and it was just, God, it was just
Just like
miscommunication.
4 yards too far.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe also CJ was kinda, like, thinking maybe he was gonna do something else with his, I don't know, I have no idea
Yeah,
what
I have
they
no
were
idea.
they were you could see him on the sideline talking about it
Hmm.
after. They're like, "I thought you were gonna," they're kinda doing this, and
Yeah,
they'll get that cleared up. I
yeah,
trust CJ's a leader, John Mechie's a smart, great receiver. They're gonna get that cleared up for sure,
hmm
and now would be the time because next man up with Tank being out. But yeah, no, lot of opportunities. Maybe we'll see Xavier Hutchinson kind of step up as well.
Yeah,
You know,
that would be
that would
nice.
be really cool to see. We already know that he, you know, he's already been slightly involved with the offense. You know, with as a ball carrier usually, which is wild. Um, but yeah, no, Xavier Hutchinson. Maybe we'll see a few games where he's great. He's a great option. I
Yeah.
don't know, but I'm not too worried because this
Yeah.
is a great next man up
Yeah,
staff and
we
roster.
that's the thing. Obviously, losing Tank sucks so much, but we have a deep wide receiver room. I mean, we do. I mean, Robert Woods is on our team and has been solid for CJ, and they've had a good connection. And he didn't even have a reception yesterday. He didn't even get a target. So I don't even know, was he active? I don't even know if he was playing. But that's
Who
the
was
deal. So he's just another guy who is able to go. Um,
yeah
whenever. Like we just have a lot of guys that have talent. That obviously Tank was having an amazing year and has the rookie record for most touchdowns in their in the Texans franchise history. Huge. I mean,
yeah
phenomenal. It sucks so much to see his year, get ended that way, but he'll be okay. He's gonna recover, and I think the Texans are gonna be fine. I don't think this like diminishes our hopes for a playoff push or anything like that too
no
much. Obviously, it does a little bit, but I think overall they're still gonna be okay.
yeah they'll I mean we still have 7 at the helm, and with
Yeah,
7 at the helm, I mean he can move mountains right
dude,
now.
CJ
Okay,
Stroud
like
could make me
he
and
is
you
that
look
good.
pretty good at receiver. Honestly, CJ Stroud
Yeah,
could
I
make.
mean
We could do some stuff out there. We could work.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm not too worried, and I mean, we kind of jumbled up the good and the bad and the ugly, but whatever.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
I'm not too worried because our playoff hopes still very much alive,
Yep.
and I think you have the playoff picture right in front of you.
Well, I don't have it right in front of me, but I know that the Texans are right on the cusp of they're in the hunt. For some reason, the stupid asshole. I hate the Colts so much. They just keep winning, and I'm more mad at the Titans because they
A
actually
bunch of
played them very well and had the lead in overtime with 2 minutes left, and let Gardner Minshew throw a 60-yard bomb to Alec Pierce to end the game. And it was just ridiculous. And I can't stand that we lost to the Colts week 2 because now they have the tiebreaker and are in the playoffs ahead of us. And it makes no sense that they keep winning games because they're not that good, but they just
you
keep
know,
winning.
as a certified ball doctor, MD,
Hmm.
um, I would like to diagnose the Colts as disgusting dirt people.
Yeah.
Um, Like, no, no, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. You know, they're our rivals, and for years they kicked our asses, and then they cried when Andrew Luck retired, and I was like, "You beat the fuck out of them, okay?" And they were
Hmm.
booing him and shit. Disgusting. Maybe not the team, but the fans.
The fans,
Nick,
yeah.
shout out. Our buddy Nick, a Colts fan.
Yeah.
Shout out, you disgusting person.
You
But
disgusting dirt
um,
person.
but thing is, I'm just mad because they also have a good coaching staff now.
Yeah.
They have
And a good
they have
quarterback. I
a
mean, Gardner's obviously not their
stellar
starter. Anthony
coaching staff.
Richardson's good.
I mean, yeah, the fact that Shane
Steichen.
S, yeah, the fact that he's able to endure his starting quarterback getting injured
Hmm.
and still being 7-5 in the playoffs if the season ended today,
Yeah,
it is stellar.
it
He is
is.
he's very much in the mix to be coach of the year as well as D'Amico. And like I'm pissed about it because I thought maybe we were taking a step forward, but with their coaching staff and with Anthony Richardson coming back next year and hopefully staying healthy, they're everyone's kind of both teams are kind of taking a step forward, which
Yeah,
fuck. When do we get our chance? When do we get our chance to get the spotlight of the fucking
yeah.
AFC South?
Well, the thing is,
God
but
damn it!
what's annoying me is the Texans do have the spotlight. No one's talking about the Colts like that. No one. Like
I mean, I
no
know
one thinks the Colts are
that's what makes it
that
more
good,
dangerous.
huh?
It's what makes them even more. It's what makes them even more dangerous is that no
Yeah,
one's
true.
talking.
But the thing is, we're getting all the praise and the love that the Colts aren't. Everyone knows what the Colts. they know everyone knows what the Colts is doing is fluky. Like it's such a fluke, but they're just somehow winning. And like the Titans, fuck the Titans too, man, because y'all had one job. You
I
had one
fucking
job.
hate the Titans, dude.
Me
I
too. I was
fucking
watching
hate
that
them.
game. I was watching the end of that game. Like, okay, Titans, y'all are doing it. Just do it. We can be second in the AFC South now. Let's just do it. And the Jags lost, so it was perfect. It would have been perfect, but no. They fucking Gardner
No,
Minshew is just doing Fitz magic stuff right now.
yeah, the Titans are still our biggest ops.
Yeah,
Um, and in a few weeks when we play them, I hope we kick their ass because they're gonna be wearing their stupid. They're not stupid, but the fact they have them is stupid. The Oiler uniforms, they're gonna be
yeah,
wearing those against us. I hope we stomp them out.
yeah.
While they wear those uniforms,
And,
they
oh,
are
we're gonna.
they are our biggest ops, and I can't believe they blew this game when they were about to win. They were
Yeah,
about to fucking win, and then Gardner pulled a win out of his ass.
yeah.
And I guess maybe that's another reason why the people aren't talk the people
The
the like
people.
the people aren't talking about the Colts is because they do have Gardner Minshew and we have CJ Stroud, and they kind of know, like, I think CJ can win games against anyone. Gardner would play against like a really good defense and be like, oh, he looks like Gardner Minshew out there.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
they are limited, I think, but they are doing. Shane Steichen is doing a stellar job at keeping that team relevant. So
Yeah, he
I'm
is.
pissed
He
about
is.
it,
And
but
shout
they're
out to the
in.
Browns, or not the Browns, sorry, the Bengals.
Shout,
Shout out Jake Browning for beating the Jaguars last night. We really appreciate that, man.
Jake Browning, I'm diagnosing you as a dog and my fucking
Hmm.
hero because
Hmm.
that was cool. I'm glad you did that because now we have a fighting chance to win the AFC South.
We can still win it, but
Especially because I don't, and I'm not happy about this, but especially since Trevor, unfortunately got injured. I don't know if
yeah,
he'll miss time or not. Well, I guess we'll find
yeah,
out.
we'll see.
But
That does
that
suck,
does
but
open up a window. It does open
yeah.
up a
Well, and
window for
also
us.
they got a hard game against a really good defense next week with the Browns. Who the Browns are one of those teams that just keep winning despite their quarterback issues, but their defense is so good that like it makes sense to me.
Of
Um,
course, the Browns get to play them. The Browns are like, oh, sweet, free win, probably.
yeah,
If
which
TJ
that's
Beathard
fine.
starts.
I don't care. Just if we, I just want to win the AFC South. I don't care what the Browns do. Um,
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's true. If we win the South, I don't care. But if we don't, the Browns probably would be in over us. And we
yeah,
also have a big game against the Browns on Christmas Eve
yeah,
coming
that's
up in
going
a
to
few.
be a huge, huge game. That's
God
going to be a
damn.
big game.
And then the bullshit ass Steelers, they're still in over us. And it's
Well, now
like,
Mitch
I
Trubisky
think
is like Kenny Pickett got hurt. I'm not there. They will fall down to earth very soon.
they play the
Um,
fucking Patriots this week.
they might
In
lose
Pittsburgh.
with Mitch.
I don't know. I
The
don't know, dude. The
Patriots are
Patriots
really
are
bad.
the Patriots might be like the worst team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
They
they're
like
so
they have like genuinely maybe the worst offense I've ever seen. Like
yeah.
they are terrible, but worse than the Jets, and the Jets are just atrocious.
Jets are really
So
bad, and the Texans play the Jets next week. Theoretically, the Texans could win out. Probably won't. There's going to be those games, but the next 5 games are all very winnable. Um, they're all very winnable. So the
do
Texans
you
are
do you
sitting at
remember
7-5 with the
do you
AFC
remember
South
my
still. What?
Zing Zang Bloody Mary hot take from a few weeks ago
That
that we were
y'all?
going to win one more? We are going to lose one more game.
Yep.
I think we do win out. I
You
think we
think
do
we went
fucking win
out?
out. Yeah,
If the
we
Texans
don't have
go
a hard.
12-5,
We might
12,
lose one more.
huh?
We
Yeah,
might
they
lose
might lose one more.
one more.
I could see us losing
One
one
more.
more game. 11-6 makes sense.
Yeah.
But well, we got a game
Hey,
against the Jets next week. Tim Boyle.
I am not fucking worried about the Jets
No,
at
I'm
all.
not either.
They
I'm not
are
either.
they are in shambles, 4-8. They even asked Zach Wilson to come back and start, and he was like, "Fuck, no, I'm not
Yeah,
doing that."
he
Because he's
said,
like,
"I don't know
this,
if I wanna."
yeah, he's like, I'm not feeling it, and they're
Yeah,
like, "Wait, what? You all you did was want to start, now you just
yeah.
don't."
Well,
The fact that
I don't know. I highly doubt the Jets are going to trot out Tim Boyle next week because if they
it
do,
might be Simeon.
yeah. I mean, any of them though. I mean, look at what this defense did to Russell Wilson yesterday. The Texans
I'm
defense
saying.
might have 5 interceptions next week, but we'll talk
Oh,
about that on the preview.
well, yeah, we opened up quick preview, and
Yeah.
this we'll have a full on preview come Friday.
Mhm.
We open up as Mine is 6.5 favorites. Like that's pretty fucking wild. Like
Yeah,
we are heavy favorites in
yeah,
this
and
game.
they're
Um,
playing in New York. Like
Playing
that's
in
hard.
New York. You will be there.
I'll be there. Yeah,
Yes. I was originally gonna go, but I decided maybe next year.
yeah.
But you will be there, so
I
you'll
will
have
be
to
there.
fucking
I'm
show out.
excited. I'm going to see CJ Stroud play in person. Haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
So that's going to be huge. It's going to be exciting.
And I like I said, I'm not fucking worried because
I'm not worried at all.
defense played their asses off. And yeah, maybe you have to worry about the Jets defense, but I'm not. It's Stroud, you
Yeah,
know.
no, I'm not.
Top
I'm
three
not worried, dude.
quarterback.
I'm not worried about CJ Stroud against any defense in this league. I'm really not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
that's my card if you want a fucking
Oklahoma
oh
doctor,
yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it looked pretty cool. But that's my card if you want more diagnosis from Dr. Ball. Dr.
Well,
Football. Dr.
let's
Football.
get out of here, Garrett. Let's wrap it up. The Texans are 7-5. I mean, that's
Yes,
phenomenal.
yes.
I can't believe that's
Phenomenal.
a
And
thing.
we couldn't have done it without our sponsors.
Mm-mm.
We have Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix. This is blazing, and it's a
Blazing.
little chilly. It was a little chilly this morning. I would have loved to start off my day. I didn't because I went to work. Would have loved to start off my day with some blazing Bloody Mary mix, and there's also pre-made with vodka, bacon infused flavor. Zing Zang Bloody Marys. Zing responsibly. We also have Celebrity Mint. If you want the coolest most fresh memorabilia. Yeah, last week in the weeks prior, we had Ric Flair trading coins. We have Mike Tyson trading coins. Look at that.
Whoa. Look at those.
Fucking yeah.
Those are sick.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tyson. This is legal tender. So go follow Celebrity Mint on socials, the Celebrity Mint for all this cool shit that they have. And also Big City Wings. Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Go watch a game there. It's a great ball watching environment. The doctor says so. So thank you, Big City Wings. Thank you, Zing
Hey,
Zang, and thank you,
doctor, is
Celebrity
it
Mint.
okay if on Sundays I drink 6 tall boy beers at Big City Wings?
You should have seen how much I drank on Sunday. I spent like $120 on Sunday from all my alcohol. I drank so much.
I didn't drink. Yeah, I didn't drink it all
I
this
drank
Sunday.
a whole lot. And the thing is, I didn't mean to. And before I knew it, it was like 5 o'clock and I was still at the bar. And it was almost the Eagles and 49ers were still like about to be done. I'm like, fuck. And then I watched Sunday Night Football there. Dude, I
You
sat at the
stayed
bar.
there all day.
I sat there for 12 hours.
Oh my god!
I fucking spent like $120. I didn't
Dude,
mean to, but
that's how
I
we
was.
do it. That sounds like an amazing day. That sounds like
Yeah,
an
the thing is,
amazing day.
my sister pulled up, and I was like, oh, I'm drinking more. So, like, so we kept drinking. Yeah. So,
Nice.
yeah, no, I'm perfectly safe from the
All right,
doctor.
cool. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah.
I will remind me to never come to your practice to get checked on.
No, I'm not a fucking real doctor. I'm not a real. I have studied.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Lets us know you like what we're doing over here. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Apollo HOU and Apollo Texans to keep up with the Texans and all Houston sports. And other than that, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you later.
Watch Texans. Watch football.
Back in my bag and I got